Perfect. Thank you so much. So now it's time I introduce you to the second facilitator in the person of Moses Matini. Matini Moses is a dynamic and multifaceted individual with a strong passion for creative, positive change. By profession, he is a visual aid engineer and programmer, leveraging his technical expertise to design and develop innovative solutions. His creative side finds expression through music, and he's also a skilled musician. As a public speaker, he is confident and compelling, able to communicate complex ideas and inspire audience. With a solid foundation in computer science, he have developed a unique blend of technical and artistic skills. His passion for advocacy, good governance, and activism drives him to use his talent to promote social justice and empower communities. He is dedicated to harnessing the power of technology, art, and public speaking to make a meaningful impact and inspire collective action. Let us not also forget Matini Moses is also an alumnus of the PowerShift Africa Fellowship. Please let's join hands and welcome Matini Moses. You are welcome, sir. You can take on now.
Okay, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome, sir.
Hi, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? I can hear you,
Yes.
but I doubt if you're hearing me, please. If you can hear me, just indicate.
Okay.
Okay, um, thank you for that introduction, Amina. I'm so glad to be here. Please, if you can hear me, can you just indicate something? I feel like I'm alone here. Okay, thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Daniel. Today, I'll just straight to the point. I think the network today is not friendly to all of us. I'm talking about community engagement in activism. Community engagement in activism. I'll briefly go through what all these things is all about. Can you just help me with the first slide? Yes, thank you. Introduction. Thank you. It says community is a group of people who share common interests, value to the act actively participating, interacting, and involving oneself in a particular activity, cause, or community. I'll briefly go to engagement. Engagement involves volunteering, participating in an event or campaign. Sorry, somebody swapped my screen. Okay, I think I have a copy here. Engagement refers to the activity participating, interacting, or involving oneself in a particular activity, cause, or community in the context of activism and engagement. While community is a group of people who share common interests, value, and goals. I will stop here for a minute and I will talk. Okay, like let me say for instance now, us in Powership, let me say we are a community of individual that vision Nigeria, that we have a dream of Nigeria of which we are not in the Nigeria that we are. We just dream of a Nigeria in our dream, but we can't physically see it. We can't physically see it. So one person see the vision of us coming together to form a community of people they can think in the same way. So that person bring us all in under one umbrella called Power Shift. If you have the dream of changing Nigeria, if you have the dream of changing the narrative, believe me, Power Shift is the place to be. If you feel like there is something you can do for your community, if you feel like there is something beyond just sitting down and just forming your arms, that there is something that you feel you can offer for this Nigeria, this is the moment. And Power Shift, believe me, Power Shift is the very place you can start community engagement in activism or for activism. Now, this yes, believe me now. I believe you've been briefed what is activism, and what is all this thing is all about. So I'm going to now you are an activism. Who is an activist? Let me say activists often work to address social injustice, r- promote human rights, protect the environment, advocate for policy. That's what we are training youths to be. So now we are trying to form you as a community. Let me start. I believe by now, maybe probably you're in a group. Believe me, in a short while, you'll be grouping in a group. So that group that you are, in that group, let is a community whereby you in that group you face the challenges, and how you sat down, you work it out. That's form that you have oneness, you have one spirit. Yes, in a community definitely there is a challenges, but how you overcome it, how you engage with each other and overcome it. Let's go beyond power shift, form relationship, build relationship with individuals. If in one or two meetings you did not see the other person in your group, chat in private, chatting, call the person and ask, hello, so person, are you fine, are you okay, is everything all right? Yes, that's how we can build a community that sorry, that's how we can build a community of activism. Let's say, for instance, now in your community, let's say, for instance, me, I'm from the northern side of part of the country. Let me say from Meduguri to be precise. And Mr. Nonso is from the southern side, let me say from the eastern side of the country, and I'm in from another part. But we form a community of one people whereby we can communicate regardless of distance. Regardless of distance, we communicate to bring out this particular event for you people to come. And you see, this is the spirit of oneness. This is the spirit of coming together as one, regardless of your distance, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your religion. If you have a dream of a Nigeria that you are dreaming, your religion is not a problem, your region is not a problem, your ethnicity is not a problem. The problem we are facing now is in Nigeria. So how are we going to tackle it? That's we need to come together in oneness. That's all of and I think I have mine. Let me check my system. Okay, and the next in my slide, I think it should be benefit of community activism. I mean, are you there? Please, can you help me? The next slide. I think I will use what I have. Please, if you can hear me, just wave. Okay, it's only Amina. Okay, Benson. I think I can go. Okay, benefit of community engagement. That's one, it increased impact, it building power, diverse perspective, and stability. Let me say increase impact. Community engagement can amplify the impact of activism. Okay, let me dwell here. Community engagement can amplify the activism. Let me say, for instance now, yes, increase, for instance now, I will take this illustration with a broom. Let's take one broom, you want to sweep the floor. Let's use a single broom. Let me say you pick one out of the bunch of the broom and you are trying to sweep your floor. You know, believe me, the impact that you cause in sweeping your floor, it will be very less regarding to bunch of the broom that you are sweeping the floor together. That is what we want. Increasing impact. Imagining I I a voice from the north saying, let's end bad government. And I have two people with me. Imagine the voice of one, the voice of two, the voice of 1,000, the voice of 10,000, the voice of 100,000, the voice of 1 million, the voice of 10 million people saying we need a change regarding this particular thing. We need a change regarding this particular thing. Even the government cannot shut us down. Even the government cannot shut us down, regardless of however they try. They can't shut the voice of 1 million people together, and we raise a voice. Building power, yes. As like I said, our impact will be much if we are building power. Imagine now, in me, I'm a computer science and a musician. I mean, I maybe probably there is someone there, a lawyer, a doctor. Let me see. We need every, let's see, in all this area we have all these people there. Imagine how powerful we can be. We can form a government of our own, regardless of the bad government that we are facing right now. We can face a government of our own. We can form a government of our own, in as much as we have people, we have capacity. We can say things like no, this is no, and Nigeria will salute to our no. They have nothing to do unless to succumb to what we say is no, and that no stands. Diversity perspective, yes. Perspective, yes. I love this one. It said diversity in perspective. Community engagement can bring diversity perspective idea. Let me say, for instance, now how your view and my view can never be the same. But regardless in that view, we always focus on one thing. Regardless of your view or my view, we always focus on one thing. That's the way forward. That's the way forward. We always look at one thing, the way forward, and sustainability. Believe me, where there is power, where there is diversity in doing things, where there are people believe of like minds, believe me, sustainability is not something that we can create. Sustainability will be just like a bonus for us, because we have people of like minds and we are going to the Nigeria of our dream. Believe me, nothing will sustain us except we have the image that we want to build, the Nigeria that we want. The next slide, please. I'm trying to handle the next slide. Oh, okay, I think I'll go on my own. The next slide, please. I think I'll go on with what I have here. Okay, strategies for effective community engagement in activism. Strategies. Can you take me to strategies, please? Okay, thank you. Listening to community members, building inclusive coalition, social media effectively, use of social media effectively, rather, provide opportunities for leadership. Listening to community members. Activism should also build a Nigeria of a dream. How can you start building of a Nigeria of a dream? Let me say, for instance, now, what are you doing, particularly in that your state, in that your locality? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I want you to start doing by something. Engage some people. I believe me. The reason why you are here is because you are tired of this Nigeria. I hope so. I believe that's the fire that is burning in me. Is the same fire that is burning in you. So what are we going to do? Listen to community members. What is the problem in that community? Start with what you can do. Let me say, for instance, now, if you can, I have the flyer? Okay, yes. If you check the picture beside the flyer, you will see people watering a flower, a bunch of them. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do to improve your community? Believe me, our voice will be heard, but we need to start from scratch. Yes, if you see a drainage in your community, what can you do? You clean it. You clean it. Engage some people and clean it. Start developing your community. Believe me, England of today is not England of today. It starts from somewhere. It starts from somewhere, and that it take a patriotic citizen overnight. It start with, this is my own. This is my own. This is my own. This is my own. I need to start from where I am before I can. If you cannot tackle small issues, how can you handle the big ones if they come? How can you handle them? That's number one. Build inclusive coalition. Activists should also work to build coalition that are inclusive or diverse perspectives and groups. Use social media effectively. Social media can be a powerful tool for mobilizing community members and raising awareness. Good. Good. Like, let me use the first example that I use in listing community problem. Let's say, for instance, now you want to, let's say there is a big dustbin outside your community and you want to clean it up. How can you do that? Let's say definitely there is in your community, like the Meduguri I am right now, there is a social platform, a group on Facebook that whatsoever you want to do, you will see it there. For my area, we have a Facebook group whereby whatsoever they can do in their community, they will just post it there. So if you have the intention of clearing that dustbin in your area, why don't you just post it on Saturday by so time? Can I have 10 participants? Let's go clear those dustbin there. Let's go and clear them. By so doing, yourself you will inhale good air in your area. That's how we can build our nation. Listen, the problem of our country is not even the big people, it's us starting from scratch. Starting from scratch. What are we doing? We cannot fold our hands and say we dream. Our dream can only be in our dream except we take actions. Except we take action. The word activism is action. 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 Except we take action, we will just the Nigeria of our dream will only be in our dream. It can never actualize unless we take action. And this fight is not by saying whoa, 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 no, 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 not by talking, it's by action. When there are wrong things, you correct it. Provide opportunities for leadership. Yes, provide opportunity for leadership. Activists should also provide opportunity for community members to take leadership roles. Let's say, for instance, now power shift as a whole. This is actually the power of power shift. I will say that. Before then, I was actually thinking of how can I make Nigeria better. When I saw the advertisement of this, I said this is a place I need to be. Powership is one of the that is providing leadership. Now that you have been trained, now that you are undergoing training, is for you now. If you have the training to start recruiting others, we will be many. We will be many. We will be many. We will be many. Like I said earlier, the voice of 10,000, the voice of 100,000 is bigger than of 10,000. The voice of 1 million is bigger than 10,000. The voice of 10 million is bigger than 1 million. So the more we train people, the more people get awareness of this activism, the more our community is being enlarged, the more we engage, the more we have power, the more we have capacity. The more we have capacity. I saw somebody writing that he is tired of this Nigeria. Yes, all of us are tired of this Nigeria. All of us are tired of this Nigeria. All of us are tired of this Nigeria. And now this step that you have taken is to take action. Now you are ready to take action, and believe me, the Nigeria of our dream will be actualized. Will be actualized in no time. In no time. Imagine now you've been trained, and in the next time you announce to people that there's something like power shift. You announce to them there's something like power shift. You undergo another training. We keep building, we keep mobilizing. In the next 2 to 3 years, just imagine how many of us are on ground. Just imagine how many leaders are on ground. Imagine how many leaders are on ground. We'll just take Nigeria by surprise. Whether they like it or not, they will give us the Nigeria we demand. It's not by choice. They must give us the Nigeria we demand, because we will voice out, we will use social media, we will use our forces, we will use whatsoever we want. That's why now is the moment of recruitment. Get ready. A lot is coming. A lot is coming. If you are not active in that your group, start getting active. Start being active, start participating. It's not that we are not trying to make you be active just in your group. We want you to be active for Nigeria, not in your group, for Nigeria. If you are taking it within the border of your group, that's where you are mistaking it. If you are taking it within the border of your group, that's where you are mistaking it. Start projecting Nigeria. If you fail in that your group, if you fail to participate in one aspect or the other, believe me, man, Nigeria is holding you responsible for that. It's not a play. It's not a play. If you don't have the picture of Nigeria, if you don't have Nigeria at heart, believe me, and I'm sorry to say this, if you don't have the picture of Nigeria at heart, this is not the place for you to be. This is actually a place for people that have heart for Nigeria, and they are ready to work for it. And they are ready to work for it. If you are ready for work for it now, tighten your seatbelt,
First Nigeria, this Nigeria that you don't like, we also don't like it, and we are not running anywhere till everything is in order. If I'm leaving Nigeria, it will be like, I'm tired of this joyful place. Let me go to another joyful place again. I think yes, it will be like that. Not it will not be like, I'm tired of suffering, I need to run. No, no, we will not run from Nigeria. We will only go outside. See the joy that people find in Miami, Canada, we will still find it here. We will find it here. We will find it here. I think let's go to the next slide, please. Next slide. Uh, my time. Who is handling this now? Next slide. Oh, conclusion. I think my time is up. Community engagement is a critical component of effective activism by building relationships, identifying issues, raising awareness, mobilizing actions, and empowering community members. Activists can create lasting social change. Oh, more, how beautiful is this? How beautiful is this? Now you are going to train yourself in the sense that you build relationship with each other, identify issues in even let's start from your group. Now is your community. Identify issues in your group. How can you handle it? How can you deal with it? What can you do to raise awareness in that your group? What can you do to become the best? Believe me, you are not doing this only for your group. You're not. If you have seen it as at the level of your group, that's where you are wrong. See it at the level of Nigeria that you have. Mobilize action. That's even if your group, if things are not working, even if you're not the group leader, mobilize action. See how things problem will be solved. Strive to the end, exceed the limit. See what you can do beyond your power. See what you can do beyond your power. Empower community members, yes, and create social change. Believe me, we have relationship with Amina, especially Jubilee. She's not here, and I can see Ruth Benson. A lot of them here. Some of them that are not here. Those of them that just graduated from Cohort. We have relationship with them, and that's how we believe me. And I've never met them. Have never met them, but the relationship we are building is because we have one goal: to see the Nigeria of our dream. To see the Nigeria of our dream. I believe I did not take much of your time. If there is any question, if I've been permitted to answer, then I think I will answer. Thank you so much. I deserve an applaud for this presentation. It's not easy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Moses Metini, for the wonderful session. You've reminded us of how activism starts. Like, it's not just about, it is about raising our voices. It's not about raising our voices, but also listening, connecting, and building communities. So you've sparked our interest, and we are excited to carry this energy into our work as change makers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So now, if we have any question for Moses Martini, let's go ahead and ask our question. Okay, I can see Shamsuddin's hand is up. We have Shamsuddin, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Good evening, ma'am. So,
Hi, good evening. I can hear you. Please go ahead and ask your question.
the question, I just want to commend the facilitator. The presentation is wonderful. I have learned a lot from the community engagement in activities, benefits, and strategies. So he should keep it up. And I also want to remind you about my questions, which I dropped in the chat box. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate. Okay, can we have Najib? Najib, you can unmute your mic.
Okay, thank you so much. This is absolutely an insightful session. It is like motivating. Actually, it just raised my patriotic spirit while he was speaking. So actually, mine wasn't a direct question. It's just a bit of contribution. Like speaking of engagement, like community engagement, I want to use this medium to plead with with the cohort members, those that don't actually want to participate in various groups. Please, let's try and do better. Let's participate, community participation. And then the last part is like speaking of community engagement. If we speaking from experience, like your majority of youth, usually we do not want to engage patriotically to bring in something positive. We don't want to engage positively. So what I'm advising is that you see those kids in secondary school, especially from SS1 to 3, let's try and be engaging them like through our community engagement. Let them come up with a patriotic mind. Like, let them have the spirit. Let's catch them young, because together we'll build a better future for the country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Najib. That was great. We appreciate your recommendation. So let's have Fahad. Fahad, if you are here, you can
Thank
unmute your
you
mic.
very much. Can you people hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity and also for this wonderful session from the first one up to the second one. So, my questions also fall in line for both two sessions because the first session talk about activism and how it's so critical in, bringing change and transformation within the country. And then here we also have a community engagement. So coming from a policy line, I want to know how can we strategically go and advocate for policy and make sure that policy has been reformed? Because we often find ourselves sometimes, maybe even if you write policy brief, sometimes you even end up lobbying. So, but what are those ways that we can make it more convincing for the policymakers to also find it very interesting? Because whatever the policymakers are doing actually is politically inclined. So, how can we make it more, convincing both for the nation and also for them? Because uh, if we don't play win-win with them sometimes, since they have the power, until we now try to influence something more better. And then coming down to the community engagement strategy. So I want to know more ways, more strategies in which a person, if I'm trying to conduct an evidence-based policy research and recommendation, I have to engage stakeholders and I have to engage people affected by those policies and all that. So sometimes most of them have those kind of expectation that you came to solve their problems and all that. So what are the ways that I can make it more comfortable, convincing, and also because sometimes for them to give you an information is a very tough thing. So I just want to know about it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Fahad, for that. So I just want to say this is not a coincidence that we started with introduction to activism, and it wasn't also a coincidence that the next session after it was community engagement activism. So just all these questions, if you just wait, all these questions will be answered through the sessions that will follow, because we made it in such a way that all these sessions are somehow related. So thank you so much, and don't forget we have the group that we are going to also communicate and answer questions through the group. So let me quickly hear from Advocate Ola Oluwa Oguntoyinbo.
All right. Good evening, man, and good evening, everybody. And thanks for the opportunity to me speak out. So, I'd actually love to actually pen the question, being the fact that you said some things will actually be answered in the next session, but I wouldn't want to like skip that. So here is it. In our society today, to be an activist, we know it comes with a lot of responsibility and tight. So, and the perspective to which people actually see you is kind of maybe more of threat to the society, and this is actually the reality. But what a kind of diplomatic or maybe kind of approach that we can give to make sure that, okay, definitely this is not more of maybe public court or any other anti-progress like anti-progress sector. So to make sure that people see, because I've actually been in some shoes, because I have served in different capacities as a leader, and I've been able to actually advocate for people's demand and all. But the fact that you standing different meet people, it makes them be like more of threats, especially like dealing with representative of your local government, or to fast track the entitlement of student journalism. So and how. So they actually see you as a kind of threat. So what kind of a diplomatic approach can we actually give to erase that mindset of being a threat to them? So because I believe this is actually sacrosanct as well. Thank you, ma.
Okay, thank you so much. I see really everyone is really keen on hearing some of the diplomatic approaches to activism. So I will just say a few things, and then I will just allow you to dive into the sessions that are coming up so that you'll be able to understand what I've been saying by our sessions are somehow related to each other. So one of the things you do is the first thing, first and foremost, you should lead with empathy. Understand people's perspective, especially those who may not agree with you. Make sure that you understand them. Don't just, if somebody's idea differs from your own, don't just push it aside. Make sure you respect that idea, and try to make sure that you build trust with these people so that it can open spaces for dialogue. The next thing is for you to communicate respectfully. Use calm, inclusive voice, non-confrontational language. Avoid blaming, but focus on the solution. Focus on your aim and what you want to achieve. Then you have to always pick your moments. You just don't come and meet people are being people angry, aggressive, and you decide that that's the time for you to send in your message. The time your message or action should come should be when the people are more receptive, and choose a strategic way, choose a strategy for choosing your battles. Then the next thing is for you to build alliance. Work in cohort with the communities. You are not just working alone, work together with them. Work with respected figures, people who can amplify their voices and add credibility to your work and what you want to do. Then also you have to model that change that you seek. Be the model. You have to be humble, consistent, grounded in your values, so that people will be able to follow you. People, one thing about people is that they follow what they respect, they follow what they value. So you have to be grounded in your own values to have people follow you. Then one thing again is that another important fact is that you should educate, not condemn. When facing people that are arrogant or people that are in opposition to what you are or what you do, offer information and perspective instead of criticizing. So these are the few things I want to say to you regarding some of the diplomatic ways that you are talking about. And I hope I've answered your question. You're welcome. So, do we still have any more question? Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if it was Samsudin, Fahad, or Laulua. Your hands are still up. Do you still have more to say? Okay,
Oh, that was a great
Mubarak
question.
Haruna, can I hear from you?
Thank you very much. Mine is more of a personal concern, and I would love to know if there's any possibility for us to get the slides for some of these sessions that we have been taking. Is it possible for us to get a slide, probably in the WhatsApp group?
Okay, so thank you so much for raising your concern. What I'll say regarding that is that I want to assure you that anything you see us do in Fellowship Africa is not as if we are, is intentional. So we most of the slides that you see, the first slide from Ruth Benson to Mrs. Martini's presentation, you see that the slides doesn't carry much information. So you have to join the meeting for you to be able to get vivid information about the message we are trying to pass out. So all the slides will be sent to only the fellows that are able to graduate. But for now, I want to urge you all to make sure that you come early and attend each and every session for you to be able to get that message that we want to pass across. Thank you so much. I can see Musa Tabwa. I hope I've called name correctly. Your hand is up.
Wannan ba wani abun damuwa yaya. Allah sa kasuwan ya mana kyau. Kasuwa yake mana
Hello.
Yes, Musa Takwa, you have called it correctly.
Okay, okay. So go ahead and ask your question.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
My question is
Okay, Musa, you can just type in your question in the chat box. Thank you. So, Fahad, do you still have questions to ask?
No, sorry, that is my recent hand. Sorry, let me drop it down.
Okay, thank you so much. Shamsu, do you still have questions to ask? Hello. Is there any more question, any more suggestion, any need for enlightenment? So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. So today, as we wrap up today's sessions, I want us to remember that activism begins with awareness, grows through engagement, and thrives on consistent action. You've all shown great energy and commitment today, and I must commend all of you. So I want us all to carry the momentum into the rest of the fellowship. Also, thank you to our amazing facilitators and to everyone who showed up, listened, asked questions, and made this session engaging for everyone. The journey ahead is short, but it's going to be very impactful. So let's